Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is Paul Francis, and you are watching ParaGhost, Ghost 22. And it's a really good evening. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the Ghost 22 overlay, and then you'll be able to see me. Boom, just like that. How's everybody doing? I do hope you're all well. And yes, I am here. Thank you very much for all of your patience. Now let's have a look at who's in the chat room. Oh wow, crikey, loads of you. Maya's late as usual.
I'm here.
Barry Hendricks, good evening, pal. Good evening, Baza. Do you like the new? Well, actually, it matches her. Right turn.
You can kind of see me.
There you go. Right to the top.
There you go.
Mine's the scary one. I've got the Ghost 22, a scary one. So you can have t-shirts like this, which I suggest you have anyway. T-shirts like this. It says ParaGhost in the bottom there. And then the team t-shirts, which is what Maya's wearing. And of course, I tell you what, the merchandise is coming out. People are ordering it. Get your orders in now, because I tell you what, as soon as we move over to next month, guess what happens? What happens?
Okay.
What happens in December?
Oh yeah, we're still on.
What?
All the cake.
Why are you up there?
Because I'm like equal with you.
You're about 6 inches taller than me. She's sitting on a very high stool, just as you know. She's not actually taller than me. She's just sitting on a high
just
stool.
doesn't believe it.
So you can look funky and straight. By the way, I never asked. Can you all hear me? Because Maya's here, and the kit could also go quite wrong.
Like last time.
So, Barry Hendricks, good evening, my good mate. How are you? Good to see you. Julia Evans, Christine Allison. Michelle. I don't know if that's a chap or a lady. Michelle. Is it Michelle or Michael? Please do tell me, because I've said hello to you for the last God knows how many weeks. And you know what? I've never actually checked it out. Mish S. Hi. You gonna say hello to anybody or?
Hey. Sorry.
To Vinicum. See Vinicum. You don't know what the Vinicum is. She doesn't watch Santa Claus the movie. She thinks it's boring.
I like the other Santa.
The Santa Claus.
I like the other one.
The Santa Claus.
What's his name? Isn't it?
Yeah, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Lynn's in the house. Good evening, Lynn. Did I say Christine? Yeah. Dawn Adams in the house. Right.
Hey,
Dawn, I've got to send Dawn a link right now, because I wasn't sure whether she's going to be around tonight. But I did say to her last night, so we pushed it over to tonight. She said yes. Fantastic. Dawn, hit your link, the link that you have from last week. It should bring you right back into the show anyway. If it's not, let us know in the chat room. In that chat room, and I'll be able to say. Elizabeth, welcome to the show. So Dawn, hit the link that you had from before, in your messenger, and if it doesn't bring you into the show, let me know, and then I'll send you another link. Julia Evans, Denise, welcome to the show. Good to see y'all. Please remember to hit that like button.
Always.
Because as Mish S says, it's free. Alrighty, come on down. Hi, Dawn's chatting me, Denise. Everybody saying hello, Maya. Hi, Maya.
Hey.
Barry Hendricks has said good evening to us both. My good pal Barry Hendricks, Barry H, Bad Santa. He likes Bad Santa. Michelle S. That's French. Julia Evans. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit it now, and do only hit it once. Because if you hit it twice, you go like, and you take it away again if you hit it twice. So hit it, make sure it's lit, then share the show. How is Joanna? Johanna is in the other room. I got to remember the camera is back to front.
So you're pointing at the wall right now.
Yeah, but in.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah, she's in that room. She's in the room. As you can imagine, on our first day out of, I think it said college. Press your button to come down a bit. First day out of being in hospital, and not even in hospital, HDU, high dependency unit, which is like even smaller. And it wasn't very pleasant, was it? Very pleasant. Maya was up visitor. It wasn't very pleasant. It wasn't like some of the hospitals where you have like a window, um, when you can see what's going on outside. No, it was just like a cubicle, and it was just, but she was being watched 15 minutes, every 15 minutes, people checking on her, which is a high dependency unit. That's what HDU stands for. But she's, she's in a lot of pain. The trip yesterday took it out of her. It really did. We got in the car. I drove slowly for me.
Slowly for you.
I didn't exceed 70 miles per hour, trying to keep the car like as genteel as possible. We got home, but if you can imagine now, we've got kind of fairly modern staircase. So you go up a flight, and you have two flat bits, and you go up another flight. And it took us nearly 10 minutes just to get her upstairs. So, but we're all heading in the right direction. She's in the other room watching a bit of TV. She's had her evening meal, and she's got drinks, and she's got meds. So she's all right. She's doing all right, thankfully. Anyway, welcome to Ghost 22. Like I said, we have to. No, we don't have to. I want to. I want to discuss the merchandise. ParaGhost. ParaGhost. This is the cool, scary one. This is the one that appears in the new advert, actually. Okay, this is called ParaG, because it's ParaG, and that is the team. When you become a team member, you get one of those, or you have the option to get one of those, and of course, the beanbag is covering your head.
Get the bed on tomorrow and hide in the roof. You know what I mean?
So I'm just realizing I didn't actually brush my hair before I came on camera, but my hair is quite. Anyways, vain or what?
Vain or what?
Beard's getting a bit long. What do you think? I can actually start plaiting it soon. Anyways, you're in the green room, Dawn. Where is she? She hasn't. Right. Okay. I don't think she's got that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect with that. You keep chatting away to everybody. Mahogwai.
How's everyone doing tonight?
If you don't chat to everybody, I will tell everybody that your nickname is Puddlebum.
No. Can you just pack it in?
Can I pack it
Seriously?
in? Can I pack it in? Not a Mary. Can I pack it in? Right. While I'm just going to find Dawn. There she is. And I'm going to send her here a link. There we go. Oh, yeah, I should. Right, so Dawn, we have sent that link to you. See you in the green room momentarily. I know what she's doing. She's in the green room drinking some spirit. Get off your phone.
Sorry.
Honest to God, she can't take 4 breaths without being on her phone.
Can.
You look dapper. Just relax, Paul.
Yeah, chill.
I look knackered. Look at these sacks under my eyes.
Me too.
Because I can't. I when Johanna's not there, I can't sleep, and I haven't slept in a week. Last night was the first time I slept in a week, basically. Spirits and spirits don't mix. That's very true. You should never drink alcohol when you're going on a paranormal investigation. It's very, very dangerous. As one of the videos that we will show you tonight shows. It's Maya and her friends are drinking beer up the graveyard. Yeah. Speaking of which, the mugs.
The mugs.
Yeah, come get the mugs. The mugs. We'll show you because we got mugs. No, they're in this cupboard here. There, right outside. Oh, right in front of you, I think. Oh, she's here. No, you need to get both of them. There's 2.
Do you not want me to fill them with hot water?
Well, no, we'll keep one, and you're going to hear the sound of the kettle. Not very professional,
or
I know.
I can use the hot water.
I don't know if that's hot enough. I'm going to bring Dawn into the room. I can hear that, Maya. and it's louder than the kettle. Donny Wani Diddly Bonnie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. Tired, but I'm all right. See, the good thing about it is I forgot, and I was talking about the merchandise because I'm wearing the cool T-shirt tonight. Yeah. So you've got that merchandise. Maya's wearing the other merchandise and the other team T-shirts. Now, which is one without the water? That's the one I need. So you can order one of these mugs.
It should change.
And if I turn that round, you can see that it is black. It's a nice black mug with a white interior.
I think
I told you, I don't think it's going to be
it's
hot
hot
enough.
water though.
Mine's got a nice. Yours is the same as mine, isn't it?
It's not hot enough. I did tell her it's not hot enough.
Do you know what?
You need to boil a kettle.
The kettle's nice.
Anyway, it's going to. Well, it starts off like that, ladies and germs or gentlemen. It starts off like that, and it ends up like that. What Dawn's got.
And with that on the other side.
Well, mine just has the triangle on both sides.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
as Maya will show you momentarily, when she makes a load of noise, and can't professionalism just can't get it anymore, can you?
Just can't get the staff
You
nowadays.
can't get the staff.
Nope.
So while Maya's making a lot of noise, you and I can have a chat anyway. In the meantime, now if you're wondering what's going on in the background, there's like in the background is actually it's very chilling. In fact, I think I might add this to some of our films when we start filming. It's called Templar Hymn. Templar as Knights Templar. Hymn for Lost Souls. And it's
Or like monks going round.
Scary. I was watching these paranormal investigators. Do you remember we were talking about trying to do a paranormal investigation in that that church in town?
Yeah. St. Paul's.
Well, I was watching these three guys doing it in Cambridgeshire, and they went in, and the church is no longer used, but it's got everything in it. It's still got all the pews, and it's got the altar, and so on and so forth. I mean, all of the gold and the very stuff will be moved, but there was some serious stuff caught. The three guys decided they were going to sleep there that night, climbed into bunks right in front of the altar, I might add, and you could hear footsteps coming down the church, and it was.
Did they come out of it all right?
Sorry, Dawn, go ahead.
Did they come out of it all right? Were they affected?
Oh yeah, they are. Well, I mean, there's actually. I was very disappointed. I want to talk about something specifically tonight. I mean, I'm going to show the ghost shows as we normally do anyway. But if you see what we do, ladies and gentlemen, around the world, is Dawn and I and the rest of the team members, we will kind of show different, like if we see videos or different things, we will send them to each other going, look at this. So I sent a video to Dawn, and it was about this. Oh, here we go. So here we go. Starts off Le Black.
I love how you change the cover.
Ends up Le White. Le Blanc.
See, mine goes black with that.
Yeah, and mine goes white with that. Look at that. Malt.
Yeah.
Why didn't you knock me with the hot water? So you can have multiples of choices, ladies and gentlemen.
So show us your mug.
Show your mug. So you can put those. So we wanted to show that way. Anyway, so I sent this across to Johanna. I was thinking about Johanna, those mugs. I sent it across to Dawn, and I said, Dawn, look at this, watch it. So she come back and goes, ooh, that's creepy. And it was about this exorcist priest who and during the interview he said he's seen a little boy walk up the wall backwards and things of that nature. And I was thinking, oh wow, he's a priest. He's not going to tell any BS. So I started watching him in other videos. Oh,
what we looked at the other night.
I was so. In fact, I had messaged him personally and said,
Right.
"Hey, listen, I'd love for you to come on the show and stuff and talk about what you've seen." So, according to this priest, I'm so disappointed. According to this priest, anybody who dabbles with crystals is evil.
Or tarot cards.
Or tarot, no, crystals.
Yeah,
Crystals.
crystal tarot
Yet
cards.
he talks about using salt as a deterrent for negative spirits. I don't know if he went to college or not, but when I went to college, salt was crystals where I came from. I don't know, maybe it's changed. I could be wrong.
No,
Salt was crystals when I was in college and school, and even as far back as primary school, when you used to put a pencil and a wee piece of string and drop it down into a glass with water and salt in it, and then the salt would adhere itself to the string, and you'd have crystals, but that would be evil.
yes.
And according to this priest, all mediums are evil, and we don't talk to those who've crossed over. What happens is there'll be some angels in the room and demons in the room, and we link in with the demons, and the demons pretend to be our families. Now, I'm not sure, Dawn. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I am open to learning, as you well know. I've never known of a demon doing good stuff for people and telling people to beware of this and be careful of that. Oh, and by the way, we're around you in this date and that date and the other date. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I could well be wrong. Hands up if I'm wrong. But I've never seen demons doing anybody any favors. Have you?
No.
Yeah.
The thing, if you believe in demons, you've got to believe in angels.
Yeah.
I've never seen a demon help a granny across the street.
Tell me this.
Push plenty.
In what planet, shall we say, would you think angels would be at one side of the room and demons on the other?
Wouldn't happen.
The very fact that he said that, I just went click off.
See, I like to hear what they've got to say.
I was gutted, literally gutted.
Yep.
I was so behind this guy. I was going to support him. I was going to promote him around all over the place. And then he'd come out with that rubbish. Absolute, total.
He gets enough promotion from the Catholic Church.
Well,
he gets on it from the Catholic Church. So,
and he claims he's seen the devil twice.
Yeah.
He said the devil was a real good-looking guy and came over to him. Now, he also claims to have been speaking and hearing a voice in his head, and he claims that's God. But in the same breath, he says demons can imitate our loved ones. Hello. Hello. Even the guy that was interviewing was going. He was looking. You see him looking around the room, going, "Can we get this guy out of here now?" You know. So
it is so hypocritical because you say even like talking to spirits or looking for spirits or anything like that. That's evil. But they pray to a dead god every day.
Well, they don't pray to a dead god. They
well, he died on the cross. They pray to Jesus, and he died on the cross.
No, you're wrong, but you're right. Let me explain. Jesus died on the cross for our sins, so that our sins would be forgiven. Yes.
Right.
So let's just start with that point first of all. So, if we're going looking for ghosts and spirits and dabbling with what he calls the occult, and it's evil, and we're sinning, they're forgiven anyway. So you might as well.
I don't believe in sin, so I don't think my God doesn't punish.
So I want everybody in the world to finish my sentence, including you, right? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the
Holy Ghost.
I rest my case. The people will say the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. But also say, forgive us our trespasses. For we forgive those.
I'm gutted. Oh. Yeah, he's from the United States. Yeah, I was so listening. I was so intent one night. I mean, I said, you got to watch this guy. And then I watched him being interviewed on 2 or 3 other shows, and I was like, Oh, you're joking me. If we deal with crystals and we do good with healing and healing, he also clearly doesn't understand what a crystal is. A crystal is a piece of rock with a frequency, basically. All different crystals have all different frequencies, and that's why you'll be drawn to some crystals and not others, because some crystals, their frequency will just vibrate with you, and you'll go, oh, it makes me feel really good. That's vibration. But he also doesn't understand that our bodies are made up of crystals as well. I was so gutted. I was really, really gutted. And I was I mean, for him to turn around and said he saw a guy walking up, he saw a girl levitate 4 feet off the ground upwards. And I was thinking, ooh. Then he saw apparently a little boy walk backwards up a wall.
But do you not believe in his experiences, or do you not believe on the way he promotes himself?
I now doubt his experiences. I now doubt them.
See, it was that case of the Annalise Mickle that you shared last week.
That's the one.
That one, yeah. But that was the one that, because I watched the film on it as well, and I went down all the different rabbit holes, and I watched the ex-Satanists. So much so, you put me down such a demon rabbit hole this week. I've actually plumbed myself with the angels yesterday because it was just like when you focus on that sort of stuff, they know, and they know that they've got your attention, and you can feel yourself going down a slippery slope. So thanks for that.
I did exactly the same thing. Oh, by the way, he also stated that if you speak the Lord's Prayer, and you also heard him say about the Hail Marys, it really, the people who go looking for paranormal investigations, paranormal experiences, clearly we've got these demons inside of us and blah blah blah. Then he said, oh, they hate the Holy Mother. They hate her with a passion. They can't stand being in the same room as her, and they can't stand her name being mentioned and so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, I could buy that much. But all mediums have been clearly possessed. So I'm so possessed. I've got the Holy Mother's medal.
Yeah, and you have your rosary beads.
And I've got the rosary beads that are blessed by a bishop and belong to my lovely dear mom who passed away. And those are over my they're over my head at night. They're up on the headboard thing, so they lie over my head at night. But I'm clearly possessed because I do readings for people, and it's the demon speaking through me and the BS.
Yeah, see, there's an element of truth to all of it, but there are certain bits that they say to put you off. So you won't go.
Barry says there, even Satan was an angel. Well, actually, according to this particular priest, Satan has a trinity as well. He comes in 3. So the Satan, there is Beelzebub, and there was somebody else that he said.
I thought it was Satan, Lucifer, and the devil.
That's it. Satan, Lucifer, and Beelzebub, or the devil. So
I thought Beelzebub was his sidekick. I thought Beelzebub was a sidekick.
Well, there was apparently he was. Would you listen to that Annalise? Because we're going to dedicate a show to that shortly. I don't want to go into it too much tonight because we're going to be dedicating a specific show, one show specifically to this particular event. And it was, if you guys around the globe have heard of a movie called the last exorcism.
It's the exorcism of Emily Rose.
The exorcism of Emily Rose. The exorcism of Emily Rose is the true story of that whole. It was. I'm not
sure how true it is. I'm not sure how true it is. As they changed the drugs that she was on in the movie, and there was only one priest on trial, whereas in real life there was 2 priests.
Well, they said there was 2. The one I saw, there was 2 priests. 2 priests in prison.
Yeah. That's the truth. But the actual movie, I was a bit worried.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes,
I was a bit worried about watching it because I thought It was going to be dark and flipping spirits and demons crawling on their backs everywhere. And I didn't really want to watch that because I've seen plenty of that before. But when I started watching it, it was actually a courtroom drama about a girl that had been possessed. Now, and they'd said that she was schizophrenic. They said she had grand mal seizures, lots of other things that they said. And they said that the priests had stopped her getting the medical care that she would have, if she'd had the medical care, she would have survived. But they were saying that the prescription drugs that they'd given her was blocking the exorcisms. But this poor girl, she had 67 exorcisms in a year.
67 exorcisms.
They didn't mention that in the movie either. How many?
Well, no, but they also, when you heard some of the voices, which again, I don't want to go too much because we want to dedicate a show of which I will then bring in actual audio from the actual real exorcisms.
Yeah, see, I don't like listening to that. I can't hear that.
The claim in there was one of them was Hitler. One of them. It's funny because I've been asked that at shows. When I'm doing, when I've done the shows, like where Dawn and I met first, I was on stage, Dawn came to a theater. I always open the show up for questions, Q&A at the beginning. And as I come on for the second, when you call it set, come on for the second half, I do Q&A so people can question me about the first half. And then at the end of the night, I do Q&A again. So people ask me loads of questions and they go, so is Hitler in heaven? And I said, well, to be absolutely honest with you, I don't know. I can't answer that, but I can tell you that all karma must be met. All karma.
You go to where you judge. You're supposed to be. You judge.
This voice came through, and it's supposed to be Hitler. And another one was said it was Satan himself. So, yeah. But the thing that got me into it was her voice did change. It changed quite a bit.
Yeah, but did you watch the one I sent you? And it had so it had the skeptic, the Christian, the priest that you're talking about, and another Christian priest, I think it was. Did you watch that one?
I haven't seen. Well, then again, I was busy for the last.
The skeptic was actually doing an impression, and he said anyone can do that with their voice. The thing is, it's the sustained length of time that they can keep it up for, and the information and the languages that they came out with. Yeah,
she was speaking a language she couldn't possibly know.
Yeah.
And there's a funny thing about it was the bit that hit me first of all is the one that I keep saying is how come only demons only ever appear in America? And again, this priest is American, but the girl who was possessed was German.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think it's America. I think it's the language thing again. So it's Catholics. Catholics carry we'll call it demons. Christians, I suppose they might call it cursed. Would we call it?
I don't know. Well, if you speak to a Wiccan, a curse has nothing to do with a being or an entity. A curse is an energy or a thing. So a curse would be, I don't know, I'll bring the Black Plague on you, and they put like weird stuff in you. I don't know. But they wouldn't refer to a bad spirit as a curse.
Yeah, but like they have the jinn in other religions. That's a demon.
Yeah, the jinn is
different forms, and they've got different names and labels.
Yeah.
They go from a minimal, because I think they start off when you have an addiction to something, and they just weave it in.
Well, they're called children.
Well, I don't have an addiction to children.
No. The first curse that we get as moms and dads,
Well, they say it's passing on the generational trauma. So what you suffered, you'll pass on to Maya, bless you.
Well, she's already taken over from me because there's going to come, and we are racing towards my retirement. I'd like to say hello to a few people first before we carry on, because I don't want people to think that we're ignoring them, especially in the chat room. Come on, guys, if you'd like to add in there, initials DC. If you can't say yes, it was the DC, wasn't it? The initials of that priest, Don.
DC. Oh,
Yeah.
what
Father.
the priest? I don't know who the priest was that we actually
I can tell you
saw,
because I actually
the
messaged.
American guy.
I'll tell you
But
in
the
a minute.
priests that were there was Arnold Renz, Ernst Ulst, or Father Ernst Ulst, Bishop
No,
Joseph
it wasn't
Sample.
DC. It's DR. Father Dan Rehill.
That's the American guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
he didn't
was
have
so
anything to do
disappointed.
with. He didn't have anything to do with Annalise's
No, he
exorcism. That
didn't.
guy.
But
He just
he was the one that
on
was
the
telling that messing with crystals is evil, and that all psychics and mediums aren't talking. We're talking directly to
all
demons.
TVs are evil, all watches are evil, all phones are evil, everything like that, because they all run on crystals.
Well, there you go. Let's say hi to everybody in the room. So, where are we? Barry says Satan was an angel. He was a fallen angel. We are the strongest crystal in the world. Says Michelle. We are.
That's
The
really good,
E
Barry. So do I.
Ghost Rider 33. Welcome to the show. By the way, if you have joined us tonight on YouTube, then please hit that like button. It's really important to the show. We really, really need it. And please share the show. Yes, indeed. Let's share the show. What we need is
Barry
two.
because he treats his children differently. Oh, he treats his children differently to his upbringing, and I do too. What my parents did to me, I don't do to my children because that's just passing it on. But most people, they say, "Well, I was treated like this."
I'm exactly saying what my parents did to me, I don't do to my children. My parents loved me. Have you seen that regression? Says Julie Evans. They spoke in languages that they hadn't learned. No, I haven't seen that. I would love if you have a link to that. Send it to me. I'd really like to see that. Where are we going on the way? The power to bless and the power to curse comes from our own mouths, as Michelle says. Barry Hendricks says, "Sorry, I disagree, Don. I treat my children. I can nearly speak tonight. I treat my children totally different to my upbringing." You know what? I think I do. I do. But I was really, really loved. My mom and dad loved us. I mean, at the time, sometimes when you're getting restricted or you've been told off or you've been sent to bed or blah blah blah, you think that they hate you with a passion, but really they're just trying to protect you. They're trying to keep you safe. They're worried about you. And bearing in mind, I grew up in Ireland. Shall we say, Ireland's not most best times, shall we say, when the troubles in Ireland were rife. So if I was out somewhere, my mum and dad were worried sick, so they would restrict you. But I think in that term, it has filtered over a bit because I am quite. I'm not. Would you say I'm strict?
You're quite stern, yeah.
I'm stern, but I'm not. Am I? You know, if she comes to me and says, "Dad, I really want to go. I really want to do this." I rarely say no.
No.
Unless something's going on, in which case I go no.
Yeah, unless we have something on.
And I always say no. Here's the reason why. My dad would have went, "Shut up! You're not going out." End of story. Next. That's the way it was.
When I was a kid, I was a kid that didn't like hearing no, and when I got hit teenager years, if they said no, I'd be out my bedroom window and down the conservatory roof and gone out anyway. So
yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. I pushed those limits a bit as well.
I didn't really have any rules, and they were never really. My dad went away to work when I was 12. He went up to work in the Shetlands, so it was just my mum and my sister, and I shouted louder. And that's how I was. So I'm not like that with my kids. I give them a rule.
Break it to you, Dawn, but you still shout louder.
Yeah, I do. I find my own corner to get my own way. I do. But with my girls, the rules that I've put in place, I've explained to them why the rules are there, so they understand why I'm telling them that they can't do this or they can't do that. And sometimes it's really tough, and I have to tell them, like, no, you're not staying out till 3 o'clock. She's 20, and she's still. Can I stay out? What time do you want me back? And when she says 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, I go, no, darling.
Well, it's not Saturday anymore. It's Sunday. So.
Yeah, but so I am strict, and I am a little bit more. I police them a little bit more. I'm a bit more involved in their outside relationship.
This world's not the same world you and I grew up in. The world that you and I grew up in was not. I mean, it wasn't anywhere as dangerous as it is today.
Oh no.
I mean, you see. I mean, we don't know. They don't know who they're talking to. They think they're talking to some young lady or some young person, and they could be talking to some idiot that's trying to trap them, and they don't know that.
Yeah,
I keep trying to say that to them. You know, you need to be aware. But we are digressing way off of Ghost 22.
Oh, we're not there anymore. We're just.
We need to pull it back on the Ghost 22. Rules is what I am very adamant on when we do paranormal investigations, and the rules are based upon nothing other than safety. Okay, primarily safety. There is a couple of rules that I do engage, which is you cannot be disrespectful to people who've crossed over. And I've been watching, a lot of these paranormal investigation teams, and they're just so disrespectful to spirit. I mean, when you have things called trigger objects, unless that trigger object is supposed to be there, I don't think you should put it there. Like I was watching one last night where they brought a coffin in, and I was thinking, what, you want to be reminded that you've died? Is that what you're trying to do here? Trigger object. I mean, the trigger object I use, for an example. I was doing a paranormal investigation in a beautiful pub at Trispan, and the chef had passed. So the owner at the time, Steve, who comes on our show, by the way, had said, he passed. We loved him to bits. So I said, okay. So I got a piece of A4 paper, and I put on his utensil for lighting the gas. Them ones you press, click like that. So I put it on, I drew around it, and I said to him, right, if you're in the room, we would love for you to let us know that you're here. It's clearly that your friends and family miss you. If you're here, could you let us know? Just move this trigger object, and when we carry on. So we carried on with the paranormal investigation. So I said to everybody, this is going to be a locked off room, and what that means, nobody's allowed to come in it, because if he's there, we need to give him the space to be able to move the object. So eventually, about 2 hours later, we went back up to the room, which was locked off, and the object hadn't moved on the page. It had moved right off the page. So you have this object sitting on like that, and it was actually sitting over here, completely gone. So, and I went, my gosh. And that was done with reverence. It was done with empathy. It was done with, like, your friends and family want to know you're still around. Would you be so kind as to? And if I walk into the room and go, right, you think you're here? Move that. He's not a performing monkey. He's not going to do what I shout at him.
I know what I'd say if you came in and said that to me.
I do.
Exactly, and you know what my answer is.
I got a black. I've got a bruise here somewhere.
Yeah, my hand is still like.
Denise says, Michelle says, brilliant, Paul. We all had to grow up faster as siblings. Yeah, we had to do that. And then where we can pull that friends and family bit into Ghost 22 is your mom and dad, my mom and dad, and my aunts and uncles used to talk about the boogeyman. They never talked about spirits or ghosts. They talked about the boogeyman. Listen, you need to get in bed because the boogeyman does walk around at night, and you went to bed beyond frightened.
Did you ever have the dinner witch?
No.
So I taught my kids about the dinner witch, and it was the next door neighbour that started it, because obviously I was arguing with one of the girls who wouldn't finish their dinner. They were only really young at the time, and our next door neighbour, she kind of ducked underneath our window and knocked on the door, and she said, tell the kids, because obviously she could hear me telling them off, so tell the kids it's the dinner witch. And every time they wouldn't eat their dinner, she'd be like banging on the door. And they would all
dinner witch. Oh my god.
Dinner witch. Yeah,
I'm
they were
going
showing
to
the
try
food
that with my
smells.
grandchildren. My daughter, whichever daughter and son produces grandchildren, I haven't got any yet. But if they do, and I try that, then maybe they'll not let me see them again. But what I used to do when I was, I mean, now it was only recently she stopped believing in Santa.
Mine,
No,
mine
I
never
used
allowed,
to, I used to
mine
dress
never
up
allowed
and
Santa
stuff.
into a room. They never allowed Santa into their bedroom. But I said to them that he needs to come and check that he's got the right kids. So he will come up and just poke his head in the door and then come back down the stairs again. I've had 20 years of putting Santa footprints all the way up the stairs, outside their door, and then I put like a little tag around their door coming down to their Christmas stocking in front of the Christmas tree. The 20 and 15 now. And if it's
Well, there was one night. There was one night, and it was Christmas Eve, and I was at Clarence, and I had been invited over to Clarence to read the night before. What was the night before? What's it called?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, that famous story. It was the night before Christmas, and not a sound. That story, and I had to read it to
the
whole pile of kids. The what?
nativity.
No, not the nativity. It's a.
That's the story of the.
It's the famous book that people read in the night before Christmas, and all these kids. There's about 18, 19 kids all sitting there with
Was the night before Christmas.
the night before Christmas, and they're all sitting there with their hot chocolates, and they're all, and I'm reading them the book, and they were loving it, and it was lovely, wonderful. And there had been carols and stuff. There was carolers singing, and I read this book to all these kids, who then thought, "Oh my God, I'm going home," So off they went into their various places that were staying in Clarence, and I shot home. So I'm in the house, and I got a phone call. Paul, yeah, you all right? Yeah, good. Have you forgotten anything? No, don't think. Are you sure you've not got? Have you forgotten anything? No, I'm pretty confident I haven't. Where's your daughters? Oh, I had to go back to work. I left them at work. I left them at work. However, had I not left them at work, what happened?
There was a flash in the sky.
There was a flash in the sky, and what did you hear? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Oh, supposedly heard bells.
No, supposedly you either heard or you didn't. Which?
Hold for this now.
First and foremost, there was a flash in the sky, and that I couldn't make that happen. Boom, flash in the sky. And we were like, oh my God. And then bells.
It was like little chimes.
And I'm standing beside them.
No, I've always.
Joanna was in the house, wondering where I'd gone. So she didn't know I had to zoom out because I left the kids at work. And because we were late, we saw this flash in the sky, and we could hear these bells. Wow.
True.
These two shot in the door straight to bed.
You're like,
It was good. But I'm trying to sort of tie it in with Ghost 22 tonight, because it's all about the spirit of the energy. And that kind of loving spirit is probably more leaning towards Reach Across, but we'll get to that. Now, do you think we're going to get an investigation in before December?
Yeah, if you want to.
I want to. You want to, don't you? Barry wants to, and anybody else in the Southwest who wants to be a part of it, then we'll be a part of it, because we want to do some filming, and we want to do Dawn and I did a daytime recce this time, and it turns out that it was actually far more squared off than we thought. We had just been walking across blindly.
It's nice during the day because you can see where the path is set out.
Yeah.
But when you go out at night, it's like the land that God forgot, because there's no electric there. There's no street lights. You can't hear any electric.
It's pitch black. Yeah. Even though it's in the middle of Truro, it's pitch black.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, when I look out my window from here, I can see the light pollution of Truro, but that Kenwood goes pitch black.
No, absolutely couldn't see a hand in front of your face. But so if you would like to be a part of an investigation, obviously I'm a bit sort of upside down back to front over the last 2 weeks because of Johanna going into, she not only did she go into the hospital, but it was in Exeter, which is 2.5 hours away. So I've been chasing my tail literally for the last 7 or 8 days.
I had to do it last week.
That's why Maya had to do it last week. In fact, I was coaching her of how to do it from the hospital, and that was the day that she had the actual surgery, and then she came on the screen. She just to this day now she doesn't remember being on the screen.
But she can watch it back.
Oh, she didn't.
She didn't want.
She was like,
No.
"Was I on the screen?" No.
She was proper angry at me. Sorry.
Lovely
So,
to see that. And the thing is,
I just said to her, like, shut up. Everybody was sending you love.
yeah, when you're running around ragging like that and up and down the roads all the time, you don't realise how tired you are until you stop.
I was so tired. I'll tell you how tired I was. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the world, this is the truth, right? I was so tired, I forgot how to put on a t-shirt. I was looking at going, and then I just went, stop, come on, get your head together. And I worked on a t-shirt, but I forgot how to put a t-shirt on. That's how tired I was. And I was getting up in the morning with Maya, first thing in the morning, taking her to college, Boston College. Coming back, taking care of the house, zooming up to Exeter, coming back. It was just a nightmare. But the nightmare's over. So
yep,
she's gone through that operation.
Yeah.
She knows. There must be spirit around me because I bet she knows.
Oh. Who's that?
She's got all the spirit of a dead brick.
It's been a long week. It has been a long week.
Try driving for 5 hours a night.
I know, but
back in the days we used to do that. Actually, I've done that as well. But remember we used to go when I was performing around the different all over the sort of Somerset, Devon, Cornwall. I would do 2.5, 3 hour drive to a venue, do an hour on stage, and drive back and still be fresh. But I wasn't 60 years old then. Or
now. That's
10 miles of time, I think. Look at it.
Oh, 10 miles. Right. What stuff? Right, ladies and gentlemen, where's everybody gone? It only seems to be Michelle speaking in the chat room. Come on, you lot. Let us know you're still here. So we're going to show tonight's very first video. All righty. We're going to present said video. Share screen. Here we go. Now, I've always said, you know, it's all about paranormal investigations and stuff like that. But one of the videos tonight is supposedly an alien, but it's not the first one. So the very first one is this. But you got to watch this closely, okay? Because I was like, right, everybody's still here. Good, I'm glad you're here. Make sure you share the show, though, and get your friends to come and be a part of it. So here's the very first video of tonight. So we're going to watch this, and then we're going to chat about it right afterwards. Here we go.
Ça marche pas. Ça marche.
Even though Rosanna is completely alone, she hears her young daughter's voice calling out to her from the children's bedroom. The voice repeats, "Mama," over and over, But strangest of all, the voice seems to be coming from an old radio that doesn't even have batteries inside. After this absolutely terrifying experience, Rosanna decides to share her story online in search of advice. She also calls for help from a local priest. The scared mother is now desperate to try absolutely anything to get rid of the sinister entity that seems to be haunting her home.
Right.
That's
Thoughts?
weird. That's weird. I don't like that one.
So we got Michelle saying poltergeist. Come on, Barry and Elizabeth, everybody else who's watching. What's your thoughts on that one?
That's creepy. That.
What's your thoughts?
Very creepy.
Julie's got.
That's some sort of geist, isn't it? That's got to be some sort of. I believe that one.
You do?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now, bearing in mind, this is not a photograph, and I haven't read through whether the photograph has been, it was faked or it was real. So this is, we're watching these together. I mean, I researched all 4 of the videos tonight before the show, but I'm more interested in. I've got an opinion on it. I've got an opinion on it. What's your opinion?
Yeah, that looks quite real, to be honest.
I think this, by the sound of her voice, she sounded petrified.
Elizabeth said she felt skeptical until she opened the battery case to show it was empty, but she didn't show it wasn't connected to the wall.
Yeah, and there could have been another stereo.
True.
The doors, the voices, says Michelle. Come on, guys, give us your feedback. Let us know what you think of this particular video. We'll watch it one more time.
Yeah.
Let's watch it one more time. So everybody's saying the drawers in the video. Yeah, I totally get that. So let's
Go back.
right back to there. Okay. So here we go.
Ça aussi, ça marche pas. Ça marche.
Even
So, what you think?
I'm not sure.
Elizabeth is going gut reaction. It's a fake. Gut reaction.
The only thing that's convincing me is how scared the woman is. The rest of it can be quite easily staged, but it's how scared she is. She deserves an Oscar if that's a fake.
Barry Hendricks says she spent a long time making sure that the radio had no tape or CD or batteries in it. But who's to say there wasn't another radio on somewhere else?
Yeah.
Sorry, Barry's going to go for an egg on that one, thumbs down. And I think Elizabeth's going to go for that one on a thumbs down. So what's your thought? Go on. Lynn says it's a bit far-fetched for me. Yeah, but you got to remember what we do.
Yeah, it seems a bit though, doesn't it?
It's really hard.
Yeah, I think I'm being drawn by her emotion more than the actual video.
I'm going to go and side with Elizabeth and Barry because only one side of the drawer is open, the other side didn't.
Yeah, none of the other toys moved.
The toys, the little pram moved.
Yeah, they said the apartment was empty, so I think her daughter is still alive.
Oh yeah, the daughter. No, basically she's a single mom now. The mom was with
on the chat.
Yeah, the daughter was with her dad. Basically, the daughter was away with dad. So, so the mama was coming out of the speakers, but the speakers had no power of any kind. So that's an interesting one. Becky Rowe, welcome to the show. Becky, could I invite you, please, to come and join us on YouTube and not on Facebook? The reason I'm saying that is, once again, ladies and gentlemen of the world, I must be so dang famous that I'm having my my likeness. What do you call it? What do they do? Cloned again. If you've had a recent, like a yesterday or last night or today, and you've had a message from me requesting you to be friendship, and I've got a message for you from Spirit. BS. I would never, ever do that. Okay, I would never contact you to say I've got a message from Spirit. Okay, I would never do that. So if you've had that, some person has cloned me. So if it comes through to you, please initially block it and report it. Thank you, Becky. Anyway, that being said, this is the reason why we come away from Facebook in a big way. Becky, come into Gritty YouTube, and in the search bar at the top, just type in Paul Francis 111, and it'll bring boom straight back to here. And why not come and join us on a weekly basis, twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. Subscribe, hit the little bell icon, and you'll never miss another show. So let's go for video number dos. Number dos. So where are we? I've got to go into present, haven't I? Yes. And I've got to do share screen.
Smells good the other day when you want to take chance to do it, and I just could not get it.
So ghost number 2. Now this one's going to be one for Dawn because it's got the Ouija board. Oh, die healer.
Die healer.
Are you watching, Dawn? Where's Dawn gone? She's going on dark. Look at that. Oh, Donnie. Me and Puddlebum want to watch you. We'll wait for Dawn. Should we wait for Dawn to get back? She disappeared. Oh, this is the one I want to do. No, that one?
Yeah.
Ouija, here we go.
Are you human? And what are you? Why? Oh. You. What do you want? A.
Are you okay? Are you okay? I told you that stuff's real. You can't play with that.
So. Oh, where's Dawn gone? Dawn's disappeared. Barry is Pete. Can you give me the links, as Becky? Well, just go to YouTube and in the search bar at the top, Bex, it'll be up there. I'm actually doing the show live, so I can't really come off it. You missed the end bit. Don't worry, we'll watch it again. I don't know where Dawn is gone. She disappeared. I'll just send her a message. See, are you okay? Are you okay? I'll just send that a message to her. see if she's all right. But if you've missed that, she's not there, so I'll just check with her. But if you've missed that, we got these kids watching playing with a Ouija board, and that's something you should never do. But let's watch it again.
Are you human? And what are you? I O U. What do you want? M A O.
Mary.
Are you okay? Are you okay? I told you that stuff's real. You can't play with that.
Not doing back?
Is that Dawn back again? She is. There she is.
I
What
don't know
did
what
you-
there. I think
You
when
know
you
what
loaded,
happened?
no, I think when you loaded the video, you kicked me out.
We didn't. You were just blank.
Yeah, I just went blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went blank. So I had to go back into the link again and
Okay.
Um,
So did you not see that one then?
I watched it I watched it twice.
All right.
Well, I missed the end of it the second time because I was trying to get
Well,
back
it's
in.
just boom. There's a big bang, and everybody got away from the table.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Ouija board though. I don't like them at the best of times.
Well, it's like when I started off my career, I was very negative to Ouija boards. I was like, no, not having it. No, you got. And then I was doing a course, and I remember basically the teacher of the course said, right, next week we're going to be looking at learning about and working with the Ouija board. And I went, oh, right, okay. And I just said, look, no disrespect intended, but I won't be here next week. And he said, okay. I said, look, I'm not very, I don't feel good about Ouija boards. And he said, all right. No, he wouldn't belittle me or anything. And he just came up to me at the end of the night. And he said, look, okay, what is it about Ouija boards that scares you or what you think is worrying? I said, well, they're evil, aren't they? And he said, okay, so what makes you think that they're evil? And he wasn't like trying to belittle me. He was genuinely trying to draw out of me what I thought. Now, what I thought was I didn't know. I was just, and I was just like, you're talking about The Exorcist here. You all started with a Ouija board, blah, blah, blah. And he said, right, do you know what a Ouija board is? I said, yeah. I said, it has yes, no, hello, goodbye, 1 to 10, and A through to Z. And that's primarily it. He went, yeah, exactly. So it's got letters and numbers and 4 words. Yes, no, hello, goodbye. I said, yeah. So he said, basically, every book in the world has to be evil then. And he said, because every book in the world will have the numbers 1 to 10. It'll have every single letter in the alphabet. It'll have the word yes, no, hello, and goodbye in it somewhere. And I thought, right. He said, it's not the implement, it's not the item, the wood with the numbers and letters on it. It's how you use it.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. But whether it's I'm not educated enough on a Ouija board or I'm firmly going with my gut instinct.
Well, I was exactly the same as you. Exactly.
I'm not educated. And I mean, I think we've got so many other options available to us.
Well, to be honest with you,
Need to do that.
I went and I bought an angel board
Right.
instead, and it's got the same thing. But it's connected to the angels and it's blessed. So, and I did. I'll be honest with you, I've actually got footage of where we're using it in an investigation one night, and it actually brought through some really amazing results.
Is that all with the glass?
No, that oddly enough, there's another way that's doing it. It's not that's not a Ouija board. That's called glass. It's actually called glass work, where you
Yeah.
turn the glass upside down, and everybody puts their fingers on the bottom of it, and the glass starts moving like that.
To me, that's like a seance. That's more of a seance when you've got the glass in the middle.
Well, yeah, and the weird thing about it, I don't know if you've ever seen the video, my video of it's called Spirit Works Through Glass, and
No.
the glass is going whoosh, 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 and then it just flies off. And that turned out to be a 7-year-old child, and it was
Yeah.
making that glass and the glass. So if I use this glass as a sort of an idea, so you can see it. The glass was going as it would do, it's moving around like that, but then it started turning like that. Now I don't care how strong you are. You put your finger on a glass like that and try and turn it that way. It's pretty much impossible. And it was turning
I've kind
underneath
of
our fingers, and we were like that. And it turned out to be a 7-year-old girl.
But how do you know that it was a 7-year-old girl and not someone messing with you?
I trusted my guides.
Okay. See,
In
that's
fact,
what I
my guides
do.
said that's the. I don't know if you saw the picture. I've showed it to you. The two kids hand in hand. And my guide had said to me, "Turn around and take a picture now." And I was like,
Yeah.
looking at the corridor, and I was going, "What?" And she's back now. And I went, "You got." And there's the two kids.
Yeah. Yeah. See, there's just something in my gut instinct that says stay away from them. I've not heard. I've heard what you've said about
I
them.
would never force anybody to do
Yeah.
anything they don't want to do. So
No, I mean, I've heard what you say about them, and yeah, I'll trust what you say in your experience. But a lot of other people that I've spoken to, maybe it's because I was a teenager in the 80s, and that's what we did for fun, and
I
nothing
was
good ever
exactly
happened.
the same. I was so completely against it, but
Yeah.
I was against it for the wrong reasons. I was against it because of not understanding. I didn't understand. So I just didn't understand. I didn't know what I was doing. I was dealing
I just
with
think we've got lots of other things to investigate before we get there.
yeah. So what we're going to do is that's video number 3. I'm going to go to video number 4 now. Oh no, it's 2. Video 3 is about to go now. Just a second while I get video number 3, which is that one there, isn't it, Maya? Yes. Oh, right. Oh, you're going to love this one, Dawn. You're going to love this one. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the world, you guys are going to love this. So, what? Yeah, go say again.
Is it the winning lottery numbers?
Yeah. When you're about to see, look at the outside of the fence and watch closely. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that turns into a man.
Initially, we see a quiet backyard with swings and equipment lying around. A few seconds later, a dog appears to be running along the fence away from the backyard. While running, the dog suddenly transforms into a man, and the man continues to run in the same direction as before. The man then disappears behind a truck.
I'd be sold on that one.
Other Reddit users commented that this might be due to a glitch in the CCTV, but the lack of evidence and the difference in color between the dog, white, and man, black clothes, leads us to suspect this reasoning.
Let's watch it one more time.
This tooth dog turning into a man. Initially, we see a quiet backyard with swings and equipment lying around. A few seconds later, a dog appears to be running along the fence away from the backyard. While running, the dog suddenly transforms into a man, and the man continues to run in the same direction as before. The man then disappears behind a truck. Other Reddit users commented that this might be due to a glitch in the CCTV, but the lack of evidence and the difference in color between the dog, white, and man, black clothes, leads us to suspect this reasoning.
Wow.
There you go. What's your thoughts? Paul wrote, Paul, hi, Paul. Welcome to the show. Hi, Paul. Paul says, I trust my technology, but I don't trust the Ouija board. Good point. Good to see you, Paul. I wasn't too sure whether you'd be available tonight or come put you on as a guest. Oh, my gosh. So, Michelle says skinwalkers are real. We don't have
I was going to say is it a skinwalker because it's not a ghost, but that does look like a shadow figure.
So what do you think?
I believe that.
You believe that?
Yeah.
You buying that?
Yeah.
I'm buying that one.
Oh, shadow, you smelly git. Our dog has just let us know that he's here.
My dogs have manners.
Ours clearly don't.
I don't know. I'm going to be in the I don't know. I don't know. Paul, I'd love to know Paul's feedback on that. Barry, what's your thoughts?
Video.
And unless, I mean, it's a wee bit too
glitchy.
It's too old for AI, I think. It's not. It's AI tends to be a lot more clearer and a lot more, shall we say, scientific and almost clinical. And that's too.
That seems like just a backyard security camera as well. It's not like someone's whacked their phone out and gone, "Oh, look at this."
I'm interested in all of your feedbacks. Come on, guys, tell me what you think. Now, remember, you shouldn't make a decision based upon what I think. My thinking is my opinion. My opinion differs from yours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on occasion, most of the time we think
the
same, but on occasion we think differently.
Maybe second guess the skinwalker is when I've seen the skinwalkers change in other videos that I've seen. It looks like a much more painful process. That looked like he just morphed from one thing into another, and there was no process to it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen any videos of so-called skinwalkers. In all honesty, ladies and gentlemen of the world, I'm not a believer in skinwalkers.
Do you believe in the beast of Bodmin Moor?
No. Oh, I believe in the animal being a rather large cat.
See, I know the stories that go along with the beast of Bodmin Moor. Obviously, you're brought up with it down here, and it's supposed to have been a cat that was released in the 70s that mated with a normal cat. I've got my discernment is telling me that it's a werepanther. That's why they don't find anything of it.
Well, I've seen videos where they have found like scat and stuff.
Yeah, but they don't find the cat. They can't.
No, they haven't found the cat. But then again, Bodmin Moor isn't like somebody's back garden, is it? It's
no, but they have hunting parties and everything up there. And if there was the dogs would rat out a panther, they'd smell it and they'd go on its scent. But there's none of that. There's no. I know that caught pictures of it.
The thing about it is, when you talk, I mean, you use the whole key word right there, stories.
Yeah.
So stories. Well, a story starts off with an element of truth, and then it gets exaggerated beyond exaggeration. The whole concept of it being aware or anything, I can't buy into that. That's my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right and everybody else is wrong, not by a long shot. It doesn't sit with me, and I just can't
get a handle on it.
Can't do. My initial reaction every single time we come across something along those lines is BS.
Yeah, but I don't know, the Indians believed in skinwalkers.
Yeah, they did. They
Skinwalkers
did.
throughout myths and legends.
Yeah, but we're not in you know, in any part of America. We're here in the UK.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've heard of the whole thing was werewolves, and now we're talking about panthers.
Yeah.
What's next? Monkeys.
Shapeshifters. They're just shapeshifters. They're skinwalkers. That.
Yeah. But how come if you follow any of the Native American teachings, it's always from man to wolf? There's never any cats about.
Not always. Not always. Skinwalkers take all sorts of forms, especially when you listen to the native Indians talk about it. It's not always a wolf. There's things called the lichen, and that's
I've heard
like
of lichen. Yeah, that's a wolf.
yeah, well, no, it's like a dog man. So it's more
Yeah.
human form with dog features, like so it's got dog teeth and dog eyes, but it's not got the elongated
I
face.
think I met her in Campbell.
Probably there's plenty of them down there. But yeah, if they existed in myths and legends, I think that they still exist in now. They're just under the radar. We don't know anything about them. It's covered up.
Right. Okay. I've got a real interesting point here. Right. Let's stay on this topic about skinwalkers and so on and so forth. Right. However, let me just share the next video and the final video of the night with you all, so I can share it with you. And let's pull in what we're watching here. Before we make a final decision, right? Now, so where videos, where videos, I'm going to turn it into a video. So skinwalkers turning into various types of animals and dog man and so on and so forth. Before we end this conversation, I just want to share this video, and then I'm going to carry the discussion in a slightly different way. Here we go. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen.
Pensacola, Florida. David Eckhart is asleep in his bedroom. A closed-circuit camera mounted above the bed captures the room bathed in a soft yellow light coming from an open door. Suddenly, the camera picks up something alarming. A short, skinny humanoid figure begins slowly peeking out from behind the open door. David does not stir from his sleep as little by little, the figure creeps further into the doorway, revealing a bizarrely slender leg, seemingly just a few inches in diameter, then an oblong head and eventually its whole body. It resembles otherworldly beings commonly described as greys, and this apparently wasn't the first time David has seen one. David wouldn't be the first to report repeated visits from extraterrestrials.
It's very rare that I have found an individual that has only had one experience. Invariably, there were multiple experiences, often dating back to childhood.
It's 2006 in Pensacola, Florida.
Right.
No, so you know that I believe in small greys.
No. My point being here is, who's to say that there isn't an alien connection to this so-called skinwalker stuff?
I think there's an alien connection to the demons.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's
It's
to
well
say
known that alien beings are able to move among us in, well, shall we say, invisible to our eyes. So where does the crossover come from our spirit, friends, and family to actual alien beings interaction? And then that's what I'd love to bring in that priest, Father Dan, and go, okay.
I've got loads of questions I'd like to ask him. Loads.
So Barry Hendricks is saying, Michelle says, okay, alien could be during or just before the floods. Oh, okay. Barry says, not surprised. There's no way that we're alone. I'm sold on that field. I've actually sat down and had lunch with an actual astronaut. Not skinwalker, no. Greys can morph into humanoid form, says Michelle. I haven't heard that one, but that's interesting.
I think the tall greys can. I'm not sure if the little greys can, because there's two different types. There's the tall greys and there's the small greys.
but there's multiples and multiples and multiples of different alien species.
Have
There's
you ever
ones that
one called the Vril?
I haven't, but I've heard that there's some that look like locusts or ants or
Reptilians.
ones like that. But
There's the
there's some
reptilians.
that look like they're called the Norsks,
Yeah.
and they look
they're
like
very-
Norwegian. They're blonde and they're very very pretty looking people. But they're the only thing that difference them from us is they're ridiculously tall. But then again, there is a paranormal entity called the Slender Man.
Oh, yeah.
You see where this is all morphing into each other.
Yeah, there's truth in all of it. And when you connect the dots together, but you need to have the attention span to connect all the dots together. Because, I mean, I've got information here. There's a really good guy on YouTube called Orion Lines. And his life was wrecked because of the stuff that he found out about alien races and what they've been doing and what they've been up to on this. Is a very deep dive when you start looking into the alien races that are on this planet and have controlled it for a long, long time.
Well, I think they're going to have to get their butts together very shortly because we have now got Mr. Trump in power in America, and he's not really friends with Mr. Putin, apparently.
He is.
Well, he went and told Mr. Putin, "Don't think for 1 second you're going to be able to force me around."
Doing everything he can to start World War III before he gets kicked out in January.
They're all doing that. But the point of the matter here is, from my understanding, the alien people who are coming to visit our world aren't going to allow this to happen. So, hey, tell me to shut up if I'm talking out my rear end. I'm more than willing to do that.
There's an alien race because we're a small part of we're a small jigsaw piece of a much bigger jigsaw puzzle. If any nukes or anything go off on our little plane, then it's going to affect everything else. And
well, it's going to affect everything else because they've found evidence of alien beings being in the Earth, as in down in the Earth. But they've also multiple captures of what they call transmedium travel. That's what they call it, where it can fly in space, fly in our skies, and dives into the ocean. So, if a pair of numbskulls think they're going to wipe the face of the Earth,
it won't happen.
They're going to do that with the aliens as well.
It's been tried before and it's been stopped. So they're not going to nuke us. They've got things called Project Bluebeam and things like that, where they put Bluebeam and Blue Book. But Bluebeam is the one where they put the illusion in the sky, so they can make something look like there's an alien invasion. They can make something look like I could say things that are really controversial that are actually true, but they can. Have you seen the big advertising screens that they have in like China and Japan when they have like a big bull jumping out into the road? That's all Project Bluebeam, and they can project these things now and make things look like that, like a nuclear bomb has gone off.
The thing about it is, I mean, the nuclear. There was, there's a brilliant story about War of the Worlds. When the movie came out the first time, they didn't tell anybody. Or sorry, when it came out, beg your pardon, not the movie, the radio show War of the Worlds came out, and they didn't tell anybody, and everybody thought we were being invaded because it was coming through the radio.
Yeah.
But I'm an absolute, like Barry, I'm an absolute believer. There's no way that we're alone. The thing about it is, though, there's far too much evidence to prove that our alien friends are all over the globe, under the globe, in the globe, and in the water.
They're in the most important positions of power all the way around the world.
Or they
were.
That one, but I wouldn't. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I can buy that one. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, because if you're right, and here's my thinking, Don. If you're right, then why are they allowing atrocities to go on?
Because that's what they want.
Well, why would they want that?
They harvest humans. The alien race that's been in charge, they harvest humans. So when we have wars and tragedies and hurricanes, earthquakes, they harvest the souls.
Oh, my my computer here.
Oh, it does that.
No, it started following something behind us because it's got a camera on it. And what it does is, if I walk into the room, it follows me. And it's Alexa, and it follows me. And she was watching me just now, and we were talking. Then all of a sudden, she just went, "Shh," and
Oh,
was following something behind me, and there's nothing behind me. Well,
She
I
does
can't see
that a
anything
lot.
behind me. Anyway, so no, I can't buy that they want to wipe. If they wanted to wipe the
So
human race out, they
So-
could have done that.
the conspiracy is that when Roswell happened, then that was when the Greys infiltrated the American government.
Well, that's the conspiracy. So conspiracy is another story. It's not proven. So,
It's not, but it's not disproven either.
but
So I go
that's
with the
my point.
evidence that was shown.
That's my
and
point.
the
My point is that the Roswell and various countries around the world have all apparently been doing this too. When they've been interactive and communicating with alien races for multiples of years. But the point of the matter here is, I don't see them as being, harvesting humans. I don't see that for a second. I've seen all of the evidence where they've done what they've mutilated cattle and stuff, but never people.
Yeah, I can share lots of stuff with you with evidence for
I'd
that.
love to see it.
It's not something they're going to put on the news, is it? We did a deal for some technology so you guys can have some microwaves and mobile phones. We'll give you that technology, but we're going to take we're going to harvest a certain amount of humans off of you every
But you
year.
said the word harvest, which sounds like that they're taking people against their will.
Well, yeah.
But if apparently the movie Close Encounters is based on a true story, so they didn't go against their will. They went willingly.
Well, yeah, people go into war, go willingly, don't they?
No,
They do. They go to fight for their country, and
only some,
proud
not a
to do it.
lot. A
They're
lot of
proud to
people,
do it.
a
It's
lot
not
of people
like-
that I've known being in the various militaries didn't want to go.
Yeah, but they do it out of pride, and they do it for their glory of their country. It's not like they're pushed up to the front line with a rifle to their head. So they do. They give themselves up willingly for their country.
Well, that's a completely different show, but
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that route, to be absolutely honest, because that leans into politics, and I'm anti-politics. So.
And YouTube doesn't like it. YouTube doesn't like some of the words that I say when I'm explaining this sort of stuff, because it'll get banned straight away. So
Well, don't
yeah,
ban the
that's-
show.
Yeah.
no, I can send you the information so that you can see what I've seen about the Orion lines and things like that, and the Nazca lines. But yeah, best to keep the subject off YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, Becky Rose says, "You can't stop what happens. The universe takes control." I suppose that's got a fair amount of truth in it.
Well, it's got to be balanced. There's got to be balance, and at the moment, it's unbalanced.
And
It's
Michelle
unbalanced.
says that there's good and bad alien people.
Yeah.
I gotta be in there.
Well, yeah. There's the Alliance, and there's the Council of 12, and apparently there's two different teams. One of them's not so good, and they're doing it for their own benefit, and the other one is doing it for the sake of humanity. Because I can't see any humanity in the positions of power at the moment. There's nothing. They don't care that children are hungry. They don't care. There's no humanity there.
Well, that's like, again, we're moving into politics. That's like pretty much every country in the world.
Yeah, but it's not the people that you speak to. The actual people there's humanity there. There's humanity still there for your neighbour and the friends and loved ones, but in the positions of power, there's nothing. They'd skin their own cat for their own benefit.
I think if the alien people are listening in on this frequency and watching our show tonight, I think you should make a big statement, just turn up on a huge big ship, and just make a huge statement, and don't let any governments control you. Just step up and go out. Actually, we're here, and by the way, you're not going to blow anything up. We're going to stop you.
But they can't interfere with free will.
Well, yes, they can. Yeah, if they turn up with a huge big spaceship that can literally wipe the face of the earth, yeah, they can. But if they turn up and go, you're going to stop this stupidity, fight with each other, and all this malarkey, I think the human race probably would, because then we realize we're not different races on one planet. We're one race, human race, and all of this idiosyncrasies and all of this stupidity with politics would stop, and
Yeah.
famine and all that stuff would end.
Well, there's one theory that the small greys are actually, because they live underground, that they were actually humans, but in a few thousand years into the future. So if a human lived underground for that long, they would evolve to have bigger eyes, bigger heads, this, that, and the other, and they were
Well,
supposed to be evolved.
that would make sense, but but then again, if you're living in outer space where there's no light,
See, I don't believe in all that.
or
Did you hear Elon Musk the other day explaining about how he gets his rockets to space? And
no,
about the
then
fact-
if you think about it, if you're in, what's the first thing that happens to us, you and me and Maya and the rest of us, when we're doing a paranormal investigation?
What's the first thing?
Yeah, what's the first things that happen?
I put my
Our eyes get bigger,
yeah, our eyes dilate and
in more light. Our ears become a little bit more attuned. Our senses become more attuned, and that's only in the minutes that we go into a paranormal investigation. But if you're traveling through space for hundreds of thousands of light years and you're in the dark, your eyes after a time will start to grow to adapt for the environment you live in.
yeah. Someone Miss just put up that your skin loses melanin when
Melanin,
you
yeah, and you go whiter. That's right, yeah.
so you lose your colour in your skin. But there's so much that people don't. We're living in a time when there's so much distraction. We've all got our phones out. We're driving. We're working. We're just literally going from one thing to the next thing and sleeping in between and getting up and doing the next thing. And we're not connected enough with the earth to actually see what's going on right in front of our eyes.
Exactly.
And
And we're only getting the technology that we're allowed to have. The technology that's available is 10 times that what we have now. I mean, if you think about your average cell phone, your average mobile phone is 100 times more powerful than the computers that sent men to the moon.
yeah,
So if you think about that, and if you think about that, when in 1969, when the men left the Earth to go to the moon, it was only something like, I can't remember, it was 60, 80 years or something from when men first made the first flight. Wilbur Wright, the Wright brothers, when they made the very first flight, and then 50, 60 years later, we're going to the moon. So
yeah.
where is this technology coming from? And where is it, so, but then again, what's that got to do with Ghost 22?
Exactly. Conspiracy 22.
Heresies. So, ladies and gentlemen of the world, we will be dedicating the show. Should we do it for next week? Oh no, actually no. It may be Tuesday again next week because I've only been just told today we have to go back to the hospital on Monday. So I'll be driving. That's another 6 hours driving. So if we go Tuesday next week as well, that'd be great. So we can, ladies and gentlemen of the world, I will set up the show for next Tuesday. But all that being said, why don't we dedicate the show to that that show we were talking about?
What about skinwalkers or aliens, or because they're all big subjects?
The lady who was at 67 Spirit Center had 67.
Yeah.
Annalise, right?
Yeah.
So it's still on the framework of what Ghost 22 is all about, but it's an area that we thought, shall we go into? Shall we not? Shall we go into? Shall we not? And then I saw this this movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and then I saw where it came from, and I said to the girls here, listen, why don't we look at this and really do a show dedicated on it? What I will do is I will download the audio that was taken directly from the the exorcisms themselves, and we can chat about it. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's not real? Do you think it's made up? I mean, it's like that place in that place. Is it London? That house where apparently the girls were being thrown across
Oh no, that's in like
That East Drive again.
East Drive.
That's
Yeah,
quite.
Yeah.
because a lot of people said no, it's absolutely 100% real, and there was people who had actually been there and watched it. There was police officers said that nobody was joking about there. That actually happened. The furniture was all turned up on its own. There's no way these skinny little kids could have done it. One female police officer said that she went in there and a chair moved right across the living room and there was nobody near it. And one neighbor saw something pass through the wall and end up on the roof of next door's house. And then we got people saying, oh no, it was all fake. And the people themselves said it was fake. I've never seen anything to say.
Oh yeah,
they said it was fake. The two girls, one girl who had the voice coming through her, which was supposed to be the old man who lived in the house. I never heard any of them say, "Oh no, we made it up. It was fake."
Not a single one.
See, I saw a little bit of that house, but there's no reasoning behind it. That's what I can't fathom. It's like they're not finding out the history or the purpose behind the haunting of. I mean, they're supposed to have a black monk in there.
Yeah.
What are you doing there? It's a. I know now it's a housing estate, but what was there before? I want to know what was there before that's caused all of this. Because it's obviously an unsettled house.
Well, my point here is, why is it just that house? Why is it not the house next to it?
No, there is something about next to it as well. I think no one can live in that house or that house next to it. I think.
No, that's that girl who rang me here. Remember the girl who rang me? She was in tears. And, things were happening to her, and it was happening to the house next to her and stuff, and nobody could. Whoever moved into the house would be out of it within weeks. And this girl rang me, and she was crying her eyes out, "Can you please help me?" And I did my best to help her. I haven't heard from her since, but
did she? With that East Drive hotel, was there ever had anybody ever done a Ouija board there, or any sort of?
Oh yeah, multiples. If all you got to do is do a YouTube search.
Oh no, not on the investigations now. But when someone was living there before, did something happen to make these events happen from then on? Was there?
Well, I saw. I've seen the original documentary when the girls were still girls. I mean, they're all the ladies now, of course, but when they were girls, and there was nothing said about them playing with Ouija boards or anything like that.
No.
But like you say, that monk could well be of the area, not necessarily of the house.
Yeah, and there's a really interesting theory that I picked up on with the Annalise story, was that because she had a visitation from, I mean, she was tormented, and she bless her, she was absolutely tormented, but she had visitation from the Mother Mary.
Yeah.
And she made an agreement with the Mother Mary that she would take the suffering. So the Catholic Church couldn't carry the sins. So she had to, and it goes back to the Bible of when God cast out the fallen angels, and where did they go? So if they have to be contained in a human form, maybe that's how she got 6 in one body, because that would be technically Hitler, Nero, Frankel Munch or something like that he was called. There was 6 evil characters through time that were all in Annalise. What if that was all the same demon?
There was supposed to be some priest as well.
Yeah, so Hitler was the same soul as Nero, and it's all the same soul that's come back, and now it's trapped in Annalise. So it's not 6 different. It's the same soul with 6 different characters. And if she sacrificed herself to hold the demons, then maybe the Catholic Church is not doing everything that they could to help them.
Well,
It's an interesting theory, isn't it?
It's well, let's dedicate that show to that, and so we can look at it as a group, as a global group, and everybody's point of view is right. Everybody's point of view will be listened to, and we may not all agree, but doesn't mean you're wrong or we're wrong or they're right or we're right. It'll be points of view. The only person who will know for absolute sure is Annalise.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Elizabeth says, "I've worked in modern, excuse me, I've worked in modern buildings that that had hauntings. Sometimes it is what was on previously on the land, exactly correct. And sometimes it's to do with the occupants." That's right.
Yeah. But this is what I want to find out. So it's not just a ghost investigation on activity that we find. I want to find the purpose behind it, of the history of what's causing it. So that East Drive, yeah, it's fascinating. It's got loads of activity, but why?
Yeah.
Somebody knows.
I would love to see if we can get into that church in the middle of town.
Yeah, see, it's derelict. And I know it's, yeah, I'm not sure if we could say to the council if we promise to wear hard hats. And I can actually say, I'll take Jason with me, who is a registered demolition expert.
Well, I don't know if the council have any say in the matter. I don't think it belongs to the council.
No, they're the ones selling it.
I don't know who's selling it.
Might be the church.
Yeah, I would have thought the church would, or whomever, but I don't think it belongs to the council. But it'd be interesting if we could get into that. That'd be an amazing video.
That'd be cool.
Well, yeah, the thing is, because if we got into these places and videoed and then put that online, we could get done for trespassing and all sorts.
Well,
So
no, we wouldn't go in without authorization.
Yeah, you can have.
But
I
it's who to get the authorization from.
Yeah. Well,
And I know that they spent the last 10 years talking about knocking it down and trying to get people to buy it, but it doesn't seem like anything's happening with it. So it's just safe. It's whether it's going to be safe for us to go in there or not.
yeah. Well, let's try and do a bit of research and see if we can find out if it's available for us to do that. If not, if there's any other churches, because I know Baldu was not a very pleasant place. I have some. I don't
That's more
want
to do with the land.
I want to do. I want to do another investigation in Baldu, but I don't want to say anything of the investigation that I had done before, in case people start, thinking, "Oh, this is going to happen." I will. We should do an investigation of Baldu, and then I will discuss what we've done previously.
But we need to link in Baldu with Salem, because Salem is there as well. They're probably less than 3 miles away from each other.
That's another thing that Father Dan said. All witches originated from Salem.
No, they didn't. What?
Well, if you go to pretty much any tribe of those wonderful tribes in the United States of America, who the original people lived on the United States of America, they all had witch doctors.
Well, they didn't have Big Pharma then, did they?
I think he's dropped himself deep in the poo with his idiosyncrasies. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen of the world, would you believe that we've been on an hour and 45 minutes?
I know, time flies.
Hour and 45 minutes, and I could keep on chatting, but I will definitely be back this coming Thursday night. Thank you for all of your love. Thank you for all of your prayers, all of your healing, and all of your messages. Trust me, Johanna has been getting them. She's very much, thankful for that. We have been,
Yes.
and all your messages coming directly to us as well have been very much. It helps. It really does help to think that there's people out there thinking of us in a very positive sense and sending healing to us. We really, really, we could do it. Keep it going, because she is responding. She's nagging again, so she's nagging again, so she's back to that. I will be back Thursday night, 8 p.m. for Reach Across Live, and please come and join me then. I do listen to you guys, so please send me your thoughts on the show. Send me some ideas of what you'd like the show, where the show to go. Either speak to myself, speak to Dawn, speak to Maya, and if there's anything where you think, well, I'd really love to see a show on X, Y, and Z, then it's very likely we could aim towards that particular point of view. But tell us what you think. Tell us what you think. Are we spending too much time yakking? Whatever. We need your feedback on the show so we can steer the show into a really, really good something you look forward to on a weekly basis. Dawn and I, the team, we will be starting to film very, very soon. If you want to be part of that, then do let us know. Especially down here in the Southwest, Barry and the team from down here. You got to get your shirts and the hat. And we will be filming.
Get your mugs out.
And don't forget your oh, my mug's all black at the minute, but it looks like ours.
We've been chatting for.
Yeah.
So merchandise is available, especially if you want it in time for Christmas. Give us a shout. We will get them sorted for you. We will see you on Thursday night. Thank you so very, very much. And normally I say I'll see you in a few days' time. It's actually day after tomorrow. And then, of course, it's looking like next Tuesday night will be Ghost 22 again, because it looks like I'm going to be back up in Exeter Hospital with Joanna on the Monday, because she needs to be checked with all of the things. She's in the living room at the minute on the couch, but she's still got tubes and stuff coming out of her. And it's a scary look at, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't show her that. No.
We don't show her that. We're like, we just say, what's anything to do for you? What do you need? You need this, you need that. And she's very much, I'll do it myself. She's very,
She can't do that. She's got to allow herself to heal. I said to Jason that when your body is healing, blinking is extra. So stop it.
Trust me. Trying to get a word through to her is like trying to talk to you, Dawn.
Or trying to draw blood out of a stone. That's another point.
Trying to get a word.
That wrist, and she's got to, if she wants this operation to work, she's got to give it chance to heal. Behave herself.
Well, she is in all essence. She's cut back on her work. Although that being said, I'm very much, if you want to work because it makes you feel good, and it's a normal thing. And so she wants to do a bit of work that. She's sitting down, she's staying in the one place. She can't really do much else with these tubes coming out of her. So, but we're trying to keep the household happy, aren't we?
Yes. We're all
Doing a good job. Doing a good job.
Worked out.
Oh, Barry said, can you tell us that the videos are real or fake? Right. Well, I don't know where I am with that one where the dog turns into a man. The video with the alien being coming in, that's real. Okay. The video with the Ouija board. Actually, all the videos are real. Okay. The real videos, they're directly from YouTube. The only one that I'm having trouble in biting into is the one with the drawers opening and closing. That's the only one. Yeah. I'm like,
it just doesn't feel right.
It's
that one.
It's of a lady in France, obviously. I've heard of so many properties in France being haunted, and lots of entities letting themselves be known. But the thing that I can't buy is only one side of those drawers opened. The other side didn't. And she was so busy trying to focus on the radio thing. Why would you need to focus on that? You'd only have to. I just didn't.
Yeah, the only one that one, the only thing that made me kind of believe that it might have been real was her reaction. But when you actually put her reaction with what was going on, it was a bit overreaction, wasn't it?
And I was like, okay. Okay, if you heard your daughter's voice, if I heard Maya's voice coming out of a radio that had no way of being powered,
I'd be looking under the bed.
Around.
I'd be looking under the bed, going, "You're taking the mickey. Where are you?" I wouldn't be instant reaction. Would be go to the tape recorder. I'd
Well,
be
while
looking
you're looking for her under the bed, I'll be on the way to the pub.
at.
Completely different spirit.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to that. I'll be in
So
the car.
Barry says it's too much. There's just it's the only one. So the alien being in the room, I've seen a few like that before. Yeah, I'm buying that one. The kids messing with the Ouija board. Yeah, buying that one. And what was the other one?
Skinwalker.
Change.
So the dog changing into a man. I'm on the fence for that. But the reason I'm sort of it's really got me going, is the footage is not, it's not AI. It's too oldie kind of, not the most expensive camera following what's going on kind of feel to it.
But when it turned into a man, it didn't look like a solid figure. It kind of like misted and molded.
But then again, that's the frames of the camera.
Yeah.
I can show you pictures of me done on a very, very expensive camera. I mean, ridiculously expensive camera. But what he does is he leaves the aperture open for 10 seconds and then it closes. But it looks as I'm walking, you can see through me.
Yeah, I can do that on my phone. Yeah. When I go to take a picture at night, it does the long exposure, and it takes 20 seconds to take a picture. So I can do that on my phone. So I understand how that happens, but
right.
Your feedback is very much warranted here, ladies and gentlemen of the world. Even if you've been watching this after the show, please leave your comments below. But most importantly, like the show, share the show. We really need that. Where's all your young friends supposed to be helping us out? Don't shove your shoulders at me.
It's just not their thing. My friends are all the hairdresser, all girly, everything. And they see a spider and they jump feet and cry.
So what about the ones who came and investigated?
No, I won't do spiders. No, you put me anywhere with spiders, I will absolutely no.
Hate to break it to you, love, but when we were walking through the graveyard, there was a lot.
I know. There's plenty there, but I don't need to be thinking about that when I'm there, because that's one thing that I can.
You wait till we walk into a church at this time of the year.
No. I can remember years ago we went to Mount Hawk. I was so young, and because of the graveyard over there, the house that we went to look at had a massive spider in the bath, and it was a proper graveyard spider. Oh, no, we won't know. I think I was probably 5, 6 maybe at the time. That memory has stayed with me, and that's the reason we didn't move into that house.
Well, we used to have a rabbit hutch in our house back in Nancy-Gollan, and wait till you see a hutch spider.
I don't want to see any.
They're huge.
I'm in my garden this year. I know that. So I found one in my garden this year, and it was tiny, about that big, and it had one of those hard shells on it. But the hard shell was white, and it had red stripes down the middle of it. And apparently it's called a candy stripe spider. But never put me on my ass so fast. Mike Tyson could have knocked me out, and I wouldn't have been on my ass any quicker. Because
I tell you what, you can no.
That thing looked vicious.
We all are.
I've been trying for years to get past mine, haven't I? I've been trying for years to get past mine. I'm a big one, hit your fears head on. So I'm going, no, I'll deal with it. And I put the spider. I can hear my grandmother's voice in my head going, never kill a spider. So I usually put them under a glass over them, and a piece of paper on them, and let them go outside. No. But I can't kill them.
I actually think that if they have spider on the news, on the television, like I'm a Celebrity, there should be a warning that comes up first that says there's going to be spiders. Because my wobbles. But if you look in a magazine and all of a sudden there's a massive great big spider there looking at you, my stomach is in my boots for at least 15-20 minutes afterwards. It proper gives me the collywobbles. I don't like it.
Yeah. So we'll turn up with spiders all over our t-shirts.
Yeah, you'll be on your own.
Dawn, who will take on the world? Spider.
Yeah, no. Run for the hills. Run for the hills. No, that thing in Harry Potter with what's he called? Aragog.
Aragon.
Aragog. No, no. My worst nightmare. So I can hear spiders. So when we're on a hunt in an actual house or something like that, I can hear them. They go
Yeah,
across
we
the wallpaper. Yeah, I'm like supersonic hearing for that stuff. I can hear a spider running on a shag pile carpet, I swear.
Everybody's saying thank you, good night to one and all. Yes, Elizabeth, thank you, good night to you. Barry, thank you for being here, pal. I hope you agreed. Well, I don't know if you agreed with me on all those videos or not, but please leave your comments on the below. Like the show, share the show. But come and join me again on Thursday night at 8 p.m. for Reach Across Live. Thank you so much for being here. What do you got to say, young lady?
Thank you very much for watching tonight, guys.
Thanks for watching.
What do you think, Don? Can I hear you?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Here. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Have a lovely.
No, I think I do. I think sometimes I need subtitles.
Sometimes.
So, Dawn, you have to get your shirts sorted.
Yes, because
these are there's two types. That type, and then there's one that's clearer, and the clearer one looks like that.
Yeah,
that's the clearer one, or there's the kind of fuzzy looking one. Personally, I think the clearer one's better.
Yeah, I think I've got a clearer one on.
Oh, you should tighten this up.
Yeah, I had to. I've only got a little head.
Little head.
Yeah.
Let me model the new hat. Now, it doesn't have to be green. They actually sent this one to me by mistake, but I think it looks actually quite cool.
I like it in the green.
The green is quite cool. It'll come with black.
Yeah.
And we're also having hoodies, and we're also having body warmers with the this emblem here. And you can also have the emblem that size, the front, or you can order Eddie the Ghost.
Eddie. Why is he called Eddie?
I thought you made that up. So we're going to say goodnight to you. Thank you so much for watching. Dawn, you are a superb co-host as always.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you ever so much.
In English, that means thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much.
That was on underneath.
Good night, y'all, and I will see you all Thursday night. Dawn, I'll see you very soon, my love.
Good night. I'll see you next
God bless
week.
you all.
You too. Good night, darling.
Night night.